As of 2023, the Republic of Chad was the most culturally diverse country in Africa and worldwide. The Central African country achieved a score of 0.85 in the Cultural Diversity Index, followed by Cameroon and Nigeria, which attained scores of 0.84 and 0.83, respectively. Ethnic diversity is important for many reasons, including promoting creativity, fostering innovation, and aiding in problem-solving. Creativity is enhanced when different cultural perspectives are taken into consideration. People from different backgrounds often have different ideas and approaches to solving problems, which can lead to new and innovative solutions. Africa has a vast and diverse culture. These can be explained by the diversity of ethnic groups in the continent and by the influence of Middle Eastern and European peoples who have had contact with Africans throughout history. African culture is the collection of knowledge, beliefs, values, and customs of the people who inhabit the African continent, which has about 1.1 billion people. With such an immense and distinct population, it is wiser to talk about African cultures in plural. To give you an idea of such cultural diversity, there are about 490 ethnic groups in Africa, many of which live together within the same country. For instance, in Angola alone, there are 42 languages and several ethnic groups, including the Bakongo, Ovimbundu, Ambundu, the Himba people, and the Chokwe people. Angola, like the vast majority of independent countries in Africa, is a multi- and transcultural state. That means it houses on its territory several cultures with different languages, customs, and origins that go beyond the political borders established by the Europeans in the 19th century. A fundamental aspect of traditional African culture is orality. The beliefs, the rituals, the customs, the ancestral wisdom. All of this has always been passed down from generation to generation through oral language. The oral tradition has enabled Africans of many generations to learn everything from agricultural techniques to religious rituals. Despite colonization, traditional African culture persisted. In the religious sphere, the advance of Christianity, especially after colonization, did not manage to erase traditional belief systems. The vast majority of people living in Africa are indigenous. However, people from all over the world have migrated to Africa for hundreds of years. Arabs began crossing into North Africa from the Middle East in the 7th century AD, bringing with them the religion of Islam. Europeans began settling in the southern portion of the continent in the mid-17th century, as did South Asians, who settled in the areas of Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa. Over the centuries, African culture has meshed with cultures from around the world, although much of traditional African customs have remained throughout. Discovering the treasure. The first step to harnessing the potential of Africa's culture is to create global economic opportunities and raise awareness of Africa's massive contribution to modern life and global culture. Music and fashion are good examples of the global impact African culture tend to have. Many modern icons in the music industry have incorporated African instrumentation, ideas, and ideals into their music. There are various forms of music, most of which have either originated from Africa or at least have been affected by African music on some level. African art. African arts and craft include sculpture, weaving, beading, painting, pottery, jewelry, headgear, and dress. Art from particular regions have distinct characteristics depending on beliefs, values, and customs, but common themes found in art include women, couples, children, animals, man with a weapon, or a combination of these. Masks are usually a representation of religious and spiritual beliefs. They are used for traditional ceremonies to honor deities or ancestors. Clothing. The type of clothing worn across Africa varies from north to south and by religious beliefs and traditional customs. Some cultures wear colorful attire, while others wear less color, but include shiny threads in their dressing with minimal jewelry. African food. The environment plays a huge part in what kinds of foods are consumed in different parts of the African continent. Most cuisines include fruit, grain, vegetables, milk, and meat products. Quite a number of cultural groups have very similar foods in their cuisines. For example, a very common maize/corn-based dish is pap, also named ugali, sadza, nsima, nchima, chima, poshto, tuazafi. Music of Africa. African music is as diverse as the people, and has also been influenced by music from the Western world. Traditional music in southern Africa usually involves drums and singing, and such instruments as the thumb piano accompanied by rattles made from some dried fruit or vegetable with seeds inside. Some interesting African cultures. Himba girl. Men from the Latuka tribe in Sudan still practice the tradition of kidnapping a woman that they want to marry. After a Latuka man has taken his bride-to-be, he goes back to the father of the woman to ask for his blessing. To protect their skin from the sun, the Himba people of northern Namibia cover themselves with a mixture of red soil and milk fat, and so they appear to have reddish skin. The Otjize mixture is considered to be a beauty cosmetic. They also use wood ash for cleansing the hair because water is scarce.